Now I'm gonna get straight to it. You like this kind of content, I need you to like, comment, and subscribe, share. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, share the content. Check out the short feeds. I know it's a lot. Check out the vids, you know, check out the lives. I have not been live in a while, but I plan to. I might do it even sooner. I still got certain things to learn. But if you like this content, I need you to support the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, and share, and turn on your post notifications. And if anything else you want to do, donate, etc., the link will be in the description. But I'm going to get straight to it. Now, this content has never been for simple-minded. It's going to be called, the star families. Now, even the natives in North America, even Greeks, Romans, Egyptians, all kind of, ancient civilizations, of what they would call ancient, ancient astronauts, aliens, interdimensional beings. Some may have looked like things off like the Predator. Some may look like ants, like a big bugs. Some may look like Caucasians. Some may look like Asians. Some may look like what they would call black, African American, whatever you want to say, African, dark skin. So what I'm saying is this, and it's just my opinion, that there are many star families. Although there's many different life, far as the inner beings that's in the inner earth, that's for a whole nother vid. The water tribes that's in the water, the sky, etc. But this is about the star family because first of all, I want to start off by this. There's been many legends that speak on different beings or extraterrestrial life, either splicing the gene of humanity, coming here, seeding this place. But some people even believe that what we call the dinosaurs are actually what they will call the reptiles, or the reptilians, or the reptile kind of beings. See, the truth is stranger than fiction because they don't speak about, it's like certain people carry these agendas and they live off lies and benefit off of teaching false history and false narratives, but humanity, I think the origins is much stranger than what we would even could perceive at this particular time. That's why it's very important you raise your vibration. Even in the Bible, again, I'm not a big Bible thumper, but when God saw the earth, and it should have been the gods, saw the earth, it was void. Saying there was nothing here, and that's telling you that you had to be hovering. You had to be in some type of vehicle, spaceship. See, and this is why when you talk about spirit guides, ancestors, and things of that nature, because there's always been, I don't want to use always, and it's just my opinion, for a long time, for whatever reason, how we failed and all that, I don't have the time to get into all that. I'll be here talking forever, but it's been a war going on, and the biggest lie is that the only war you will see will be a physical war. Because everybody know the pow pow or whatever they doing to hurt and fight and argue and conflict. When the truth is the biggest war is the spiritual war, the mental war, the financial war. You know, there's many ways of war being waged. This is the reason why certain ones chose to incarnate back here. Because you have to understand that Earth is a feminine planet. And if you want to call it a sex, it would be labeled as a female. It is a laboratory. It is a school. And it also is a prison. This is a multi-purpose planet for beings that live here or that beings that come and visit here. And if you think I'm talking crazy, then this content is not for you. But word of mouth been the Draco, if I'm saying this right, the draconian reptilians is the ones that's they saying is running the show at this present time. The shapeshifters, the man-woman lizards. If you seen X-Men, I think Mystic or Mystique, that was the perfect example of a shapeshifter reptilian kind of being. But I'm speaking like this because it gets very deep, and it's for my deep thinkers. David Icke, like I said, this was many, many moons ago. I'm way older than certain people may think, and I'm not as young as anyone may think. I've been around for a long time doing these studies. But David Icke was one of the main ones, the first ones that I heard over 12, 13, 14 years ago, speaking about the reptilians and different type. Just like I stumbled across a book, and you wouldn't even expect me. This is how the spirit communicates. You wouldn't even expect a person like me to stumble across certain books. I remember I was walking past some abandoned house where they had a lot of stuff just threw out in the front. It was a lot of books. See, if people wouldn't even expect, that's why you can never judge a book by its cover. People wouldn't even expect for me to be reading books. But anyways, to get to the point, is I go past this place, and all these books is down. I seen a book called Linda Goodman, Star Signs, when she was speaking about ghosts and how like they can shift the frequency, if I'm saying that, or the vibration. How I forgot how she broke it down because it's been a long time since I've read that book. This was a very long time ago, probably more than 15, 16 years ago. This, this is how long that, this whole journey and me reading, even if when I was making the wrong decisions in my life, even when I was at my lowest vibration, I always listened to that, for the most part, voice in my head, especially when it came down to reading and writing. And I think that's when I ran into books like Ancient Astronauts. I also used to be infatuated with the History Channel, the Sci-Fi Channel, because to me, when I'm doing these studies and then I'm watching these sci-fi things and putting this together, see, they put the truth in your face on dragons. Some people may even say dragons are reptilians. But one thing about knowledge, don't get too confused, because everyone has a opinion. That doesn't mean that we always right, doesn't mean we always wrong. We have a right to agree to disagree with one another. So you have to take this video and everything else as it resonates to you. See, another thing about the kind of content that I drop, I feel like I may be all over the place, but that's why I'm me, and I want genuine people to know one day I could be talking about, the star families and water tribes, etc. And the next day I could just be going through the worst times, and I'll be telling you everything gonna be all right. Keep your head up. Make sure you know that you have a lot of hope and don't settle for less. I don't stick to one thing all the time. So this content is not for everybody, but shout out to the real ones that support the channel. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, share. Get these likes up, get the shares up, get the subs up. There'll be more vids to come. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep, but just know we all have this mission, and everything we do is repetitive. This content is repetitive. Every content is. Whether you're doing comedy, whether you're doing interviewing people that have addictions, etc. It is the same thing, but it's how who you gravitate towards. Who you can resonate with more. Because sometimes it takes a person to really tell you something you already know for you to really comprehend it and think about it. But you have a mission. That's why I can't and I don't try to take too much of this personal when it come down to the attacks, the monitoring spirits. I don't even believe in racism because I think that's just another excuse and another program in this system. For people to be greed and make excuses to do things like trying to say somebody is more superior than the other. In certain ways, certain people may be more superior in this and that, but that's for a whole nother story. So it's a lot of things I don't get into either. As far as like, I have to have an understanding that I can't take this personal, because even the devil minions has their purpose, and that's to stop people like you, people like me. The generational curse breakers, the anointed ones, the real ones. Because you never alone. The ones that are always feeling alone and spending a lot of time alone. See, you have to have an understanding, especially when you've been like the chameleon, when you've been around a lot of people, when you party, when you do all that, and then you know how to hold on. I need to take some me time. And you start spending a lot more time with yourself over the time. That's when you know that you are awakening. We're going through different timelines, shifting. It seems like time is speeding up. And that's because a lot of vibrations are going up. People are raising their vibrations up worldwide, and that's part of the reason why this time seems like it's speeding up. So I just want to say for those real ones, like, especially if you go through what they call the gang stalking thing, and you getting an evil eye all the time and people hating on you, just know you have your spiritual team, you have your spiritual brigade, you have your spirit guides, you have your inner guides. Pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the synchronicities. And shout out to the tarot people. I really don't be throwing names around, but they're really, and I really don't get too deep into that, because you have to have a strong discernment when you being scammed and what's authentic. What's resonating for you, what is relating for you, what's relating in your life. You know what I mean? So just always understand, you never alone. I speak to that underdog, the person that works so hard to make somebody else rich. Work so hard, one of the strongest workers, and you're beyond a worker. But when you work, you put your time and effort into it, and you don't get the full, earthly recognition that you deserve. But just know you a leader, so watch how they follow you. Don't worry about men acceptance. The gods acknowledge you. And I know like this content seems like it's kind of been all over, but excuse me, because it's a lot going on, and it's a lot of things I'm working on. Like I said, support the channel, and you never alone, especially for those real ones. I don't want to make anybody feel lower than anybody else, but this is just my personal opinion. The gods have favors. Don't worry about nothing. Everything happened for a reason, and you are here for a purpose. And just know there's nothing that you can't overcome. You are the sun. So yeah, so I know I really, and I'm dragging this video a little bit because I really want to say that I do appreciate the real ones that left positive content. Comments. I'm not focusing on no trolls, no bots, no agencies, anybody that feel like, they're trying to do something. You have to have an overstanding. You know, you can't stop something that's not meant to be stopped. Once it's in rotation, it's like the domino effect, but in a good way. Supercell, super, super, you know, exceed, past limitations that society try to put on you. Try to limit your powers. You're special. I have to tell those real ones that's been through a lot, that's had the world on their shoulders. I'm speaking to you, and I speak to any real person that could even relate or just like the content in general as being a genuine individual, enlightened, soul. But yeah, I might drop a vid about an old soul and certain things, man. Just support the channel if you like this type of content. You know, look in the sky. It's a bird, it's a plane. What's overstood, it don't have to be explained. You know? So I just want you to know that. And again, I talk about not just ghostly things, all of this. It's about anything that can help enlighten someone and let you know that you're not alone. And you should already know that you're not alone when you're facing adversities. When you're going through all these trials and feeling like the world is against you, it's because maybe it's something you're not seeing at the moment. Maybe it's pieces in that puzzle that you haven't found that you got to put together. You got to learn not to take everything so personal. Once you realize not to take it personal and do what you came here to do and have that tunnel vision, you got a million Mr. Smiths and Mrs. Smiths, Agent Smiths, whatever you want to call them, always around you. That's a part of this matrix, a part of this assimilation, that's programmed in this giant computer chip to go against the main player, the main players, the main characters that's narrating through this movie that we call reality, that we call life. And you feel like you've been here before, you felt like you've watched this movie before, you seem like you went down this trail before, it seemed like you rode down this road before. Because you may have, but it may be something missing that you got to go overdo it and find it so you don't have to do it again. Or sin. I'm out. Like, comment, and subscribe, share, turn on your post notifications. It is definitely the God. Triple ones. On us. 13.